All right, the finals. We're going to keep this hand. Opponent is mulliganing. The insolence that he's playing that card. The insolence. Digging for the land. Alright, we're going to play the Courier here. I could actually go Graph Mole, couldn't I? We're going to play Courier anyway. Graph Mole is my little ace in the hole. I don't know if I'd attack with the Crow there. Seems like a pretty impossible race to win. But let's crack a clue, I guess. Gain some life and find a land. Guess we could lose our Graph Mole to Murderous Compulsion here. Maybe I should have just kept up to survive the night. But I was digging for that 5th land, in my defense. Cursed Witch, sure. I guess we swing team and survive the night, whatever he blocks. right, let's go crack clue. Huh. Alright. So I can crack vessel to find the 5th land. Probably have to do that. Taking too much damage here. Alright. Let's crack clue. Could give us delirium as well, which I guess is good for something. So I could have cracked it on my turn, I guess, but yeah, maybe that would have been better. Alright, Pious Evangel, I guess the card too, but we kind of need this 5th land now. So let's play the Watcher and pass. Problem is we're still gonna... Guess we have to attack with Byway Courier, which I don't love, but we kind of need to investigate. Alright, Pyrehound. Sanguinary Mage, got it. So I still think we have to attack with Byway Courier. I guess we Mysteries. Then attack with Courier. Alright, he's going to take it. I think we just play another Courier. Alright, it's unfortunate. This honestly is a really disappointing game to me because it really felt difficult to lose. There was a point where it felt very, very difficult to lose, but it did require not drawing lands for a very long number of turns, which is exactly what happened. And it cost us the game, which disappoints me because I don't like losing. I don't think anyone does. It does suck. So certainly a disappointing outcome. Like I said, it really felt like there was a board state that would just make it extremely difficult to lose. So disappointed, but that's all right. Let's bring in the Puncturing Light. And what shall we cut? maybe we don't need quite so many fatties. Maybe Seasons Past isn't very good in this match because he's just aggroing out. So I don't want. I can't really dilly-dally around bringing stuff back for 6 mana. I can't really take a turn off. Exactly. And I still have plenty of bombs. All right. Would like to play first. Unfortunately, cannot keep this. Guess we'll keep this one. Yeah, I guess we'll keep that. So we're going to play the courier here. If he's planning to flip the air with twins, I can puncturing light it. So it's probably the best target for a puncturing light that a boy can ask for. I feel like he wants to surprise us with it too, which makes the puncturing light that much better. Because if he's tapped out, at least I don't have to worry about any sort of combat trick or something. Okay. Well, I'm going to bust puncturing light on one of those. Likely the noble. All right. Well, I get to Bound by Moonsilver that, I guess, so not the worst. Follow-up play of Insolent Neonate's a bit of a bummer, but that's all right. So let's bound this. I guess we attack first, right? Problem is he gets to sack the Neonate, I guess, in response. So he gets everything off the board. It's not the worst, but it does suck. All right. Well, hoping to ride an Archangel Avacyn to victory. I guess that is the plan. Well, I guess I want to surprise block that. He has a lightning axe up too, which is a bit scary. Well, if I draw a land, then I guess I'm okay for lightning axe. All right. All right. Looking good again. I don't think he saw our Archangel Avacyn either, which helps. Sure. Wow, multiple Air Falcon Rats? That's pretty sweet. So I guess we still are eating the Blood Mad Vampire, which is fine. Blob. So we still leave up Puncturing Light and Strength of Arms, both of which are pretty good. Yeah, really didn't want to see that. Not gonna lie. I think we could still walk out of this with a victory, though. I actually think the Bloodsworn is a higher priority to kill, oddly enough, because it can give haste. But I guess he's just dead next turn anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Wait, that's not lethal. I think we still Puncturing like this. It lets the Avacyn flip, but it still leaves him dead once it flips. And I can actually leave up Strength of Arms instead of protecting my blob in case he's got Lightning Axe. Alright. Well, yeah, bonus deck is really good. Multiple Air Falcon Wraths, Olivia. So he's got a really consistent little... He's got a nice vampire theme going for sure. Anything I can do about that? Multiple flyers too. Which is a problem. I can do Root Out for Stensia Masquerade and the Accursed Witch, but I'm not in love with it. It still might be necessary. Stensia Masquerade, when we've pretty much just seen Vamps, right? Insolent Neonate, Double Air of Falcon Wrath, Vampire Noble, Olivia's Bloodsworn, Blood Mad Vampire. That's a lot. That is a lot. I really don't love bringing in Root Out against an aggro deck, though. But here I am. Yeah. I just don't know if I can get behind this play here. I mean, granted, Stensia Masquerade's a big deal. Oh boy. What do I take out? Mysteries. Survive at least gets past first strike, so I still like that. Strength of Arms. I like cheap combat tricks a lot. Vessel, because it's a little bit slow. Finds Archangel Avacyn, and it finds Bound by Moonsilver, which is really good. I could cut the Dire Swine, which actually kind of makes sense because of Malevolent Whispers. And it's expensive. Alright, let's do this. Alright, let's keep. Debating using the Puncturing Light. I really don't want to use it on a Neonate. I don't really want to use it on an Accomplice either. My mana's going to be pretty busy for the next couple turns. Oh, man. Well, he didn't play a land. You know what? I can Puncturing Light the Neonate, actually. He gets to draw. He gets to discard draw, though, which is pretty good. I'm actually going to take it. Really not in love with taking this, but like I said, it's a tough spot. It's a really tough spot. Alright, we're going to play the Graph Mole. We need to start getting some life gain on. And yes, I understand I could have played the Pious Evangel, but not my priority. Pious Evangel would be good to have when my opponent casts Malevolent Whispers. I can tell you that. Huh. Well, this is just a good trade for us, so I don't know why he's doing that. Now I think we play the... Well, that's good. We can play the Devilthorn Fox and leave up Puncturing Light for something. Otherwise, we can play Pious Evangel. Actually, we leave up the Fox and we can still crack the Clue, too. Or Puncturing Light. I think I like that more. I do want to play Pious Evangel. I understand the value of it. But I want to make sure we get this Clue off. Okay. Let's see if we can't get a land here. 2 cards left in my opponent's hand, which is good for us. Got 2 lands. That's perfect. All right, let's play the Courier and then pass. Playing Pious Evangel so late, I know seems strange, but it's kind of a priority that this Stromkork Mentor dies. I think my opponent offering that Neonate up for trade was, like I said, a real big mistake. Maybe it'll prove me otherwise, but we'll find out. Alright, Spiteful Motive is a big problem. Out of Puncturing Light range, which makes it that much more debilitating. But we do actually have Rabid Bite and Bound by Moonsilver in our deck, so it's not that we don't... And, I mean, not to mention Avacyn, for God's sake, so there's just a lot of things that will at some point get us out of this. The only issue is we have to find them. And we are in a bit of a rush. Second Neonate, okay. So I got 1 card in hand to my 6. About to be 6. There, that's kind of the draw we're looking for. If we can get this cavalry going without problems, without a hitch, I'm feeling good. Probably can afford to take 7 here. All right, I have a Puncturing Light for that, which is important. All right, let's get out big guns and pass. Guess I probably have to chump Mentor now. I wanted to be able to have a turn where I could flip Evangel and then lose that and drain my opponent, but I'm not sure I have that luxury yet. I don't think I need to anymore, so we'll just chump. Oh, Alms of the Vein. Well, that's good news for us. Root out. That's actually pretty sick here. Makes it so I don't have to chump either. Yeah, we're gonna bust it. All right. Let's get in with the cavalry. All right. This might be a point where we have to bust Puncturing Light. Let's we can crack Clue first, I guess. We can actually flip this, which might make more sense. Yeah, I think it does. Which means I think we block like this. So we flip this. Takes us a turn off of this. All right, we're gonna Puncturing like this now. All right, that's actually fine. We have the chump blocker, so we're good. Let's crack Clue first. Mysteries, all right. That's pretty good too. So even if he has, we're still fine even if he has Malevolent Whispers here. Yeah, that's pretty much the best thing we could have asked for. We get to just block and drain and gain life. Yeah, I think opponent's just done now. That is just nail in the coffin. All right. Well, that was a close one. So, without a doubt, the best sealed deck we've had so far. Just Archangel Avacyn. You don't. There's really not much more you need to say. Drogskull Cavalry came up huge. I was really happy with that card. I think that's one of those cards that's just like super bombs in sealed and probably only okay at best. Like I pretty much never first pick Drogskull Cavalry in draft. It's just too hard to keep alive. And I guess you can make the same argument for sealed, but I feel like with sealed, you really want to just compact your deck with bombs. But once again, this sealed just proved everybody's playing aggro. It felt like. I guess our round 2 opponent wasn't. No, even they were aggro too, multiple Uncaged Furies and stuff. So we've pretty much. This is just an aggro format. Not much else to say. It really is just an aggro format. So I guess cards like Puncturing Light are just going to be better solely on the back of the fact that this is an aggressive sealed format. I think it's still. It certainly was useful here. We probably, like I said, got the best target you could possibly get with a Puncturing Light in Twins. But I still don't think you should be super thrilled if it makes it to your deck. It's still, I think, for the most part. Like, I'm happy I didn't run 2 of them main deck. I think I would rather just have a creature than a Puncturing Light most of the time. I think that's probably what the bottom line on Puncturing Light is. Most of the time, I would rather have a 2-drop creature or a 3-drop creature. Like, I'd rather have a Devilthorn Fox than a Puncturing Light. Okay. Well, went 2-1. Hope you enjoyed it. This deck was, like I said, by far the best one we've gotten in ours as a seal pool yet. So, had that going for us, which is pretty cool. All right. We'll see you for the next one.